Alright, today I'm going to make my predictions for this upcoming Thursday night's Cup Series race at the Kansas Motor Speedway. But before I get into my race picks, I want to add that I am doing a Pick 5 contest for this Thursday night's race. And for many of you that don't know how a Pick 5 contest works, well, it's simple. All you gotta do is type in who you're gonna think is going to finish inside the top 5. If you go 5 for 5, you get an autographed hero card of your choice. And if you get 4 for 5, you get an unsigned hero card of your choice. But if you happen to pick the winner, and it happens to be the number 1 driver on your list, I'm going to put you randomly, if there's a lot of y'all tied up, in a drawing to win this t-shirt. This is a Diet Edge Roush Yates t-shirt Mitsubishi gave me. I just can't thank them enough. Mr. Barry Griggs, Mr. Joseph Dunn, Mr. Mike Pace, and Mr. Todd English from the Roush Yates engine department. Special shout out to them, but thank you for all they gave me, and let's get started.
Ryan Priest, and you're watching William Blackwell on YouTube.
Alright, here, the last 5 spring winners at the Kansas Motor Speedway has been pretty much dominated by the Ford and Toyota camp. But here it is. In 2019, you saw the number 2 car, Brad Keselowski, get the job done on a late race restart, holding off a hard-charging Alex Bowman, who finally got the ball rolling previous weeks before this race. And there you go. In 2018, you saw the number 4 car, Kevin Harvick, get the job done and bringing home the checker flag to Stewart-Haas Racing. 2018 was a big year for Stewart-Haas Racing because all 4 drivers actually won a race that year. I think it was the first time in Stewart-Haas history that they all done that. So it's a big year for that organization. In 2017, you saw the 78 car of Martin Truex Jr. get the job done, holding off a hard-charging Ryan Blaney. This was when Ryan Blaney started to get the ball rolling, similar to Alex Bowman last year. Started competing for top 5 finishes, and he just held them off, and congrats to Truex on that. That win was not given to him. But in 2016, you saw the 18 car of Kyle Busch get the job done. And in 2015, you saw the 48 car of Jimmy Johnson get the job done. And I guess you can say the most odd race of all time. This race was rain delayed, and it had 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock start time. I couldn't remember. And it was pretty long, I guess you can say. It's about 3 hours long. You saw a lot of cautions, a lot of them. And when the cautions came out, it took them like 10 years to clean it up. So this race went to about 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning. It was not fun, but I did stay up and watch it. I was a Clint Boyer fan at the time. I was pretty devastated how he finished that race. But Jimmy Johnson, though, held off a hard-charging Kevin Harvick and Dale Earnhardt Jr. on that last run. So there you go, your last 5 spring winners at the Kansas Motor Speedway. In 2019, the 2, 2018, the 4, 2017, the 78, 2016, the 18, and in 2015, the 48. But let's get into my top 5. Alright, here, my top 5 is based off of facts and recent momentum, but here it is. Finishing first, I got the number 4 car of Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick is coming off a top 10 finish at the Texas Motor Speedway, but deep down inside, Harvick is mad because he had a winning caliber race car. He knew it for a fact, but he did not bring home the checkered flag. So he's going to use some of this anger and frustration this Thursday night. He's obviously going to be starting inside the top 12 because the owner points and random drawing situation NASCAR's in. So he's going to lead a lot of laps because he's starting up front, and he's going to win a stage or 2, if not both of them. And he's going to bring home the 5th checkered flag back to Stewart-Haas Racing. But finishing second, I got the number 10 car of Eric Almirola. Eric Almirola is on a hot streak right now. He has 7 top 10 finishes in a row. The top 5 streak ended at Kentucky, where he finished outside the top 5, but he still finished inside the top 10. So I guess you can say the streak is still going. I think he's going to finish inside the top 5, so it's going to make it 8 top 10s in a row. But third place, I got the number 22 car of Joey Logano. Joey Logano, at the beginning of the season at Daytona and then Las Vegas and Auto Club in Phoenix, he was racing up front, contending for the win. But when NASCAR came back at the Darlington races and the Charlotte races, he was pretty much irrelevant. But now in the last couple weeks, he's kind of reemerged as a favorite week in and week out. So I think he's going to be contending for this win this Thursday night, but I don't think he's going to get the job done, though. But finishing fourth, I got the 18 car of Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch is starting to get things turned around, similar to Joey Logano, but Kyle Busch really didn't have anything going his way this whole season in general. But last couple races though, he's been up front, but he hasn't got the finish he's hoping for. Last week at Texas, I think he finished fourth or third or fourth, one of the two. But he knew deep down inside he could have got the job done there. So he's got some positive mojo heading into this Thursday night's race at the Kansas Motor Speedway. But finishing fifth, I got the number 12 car, Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney this year has been, if not the best, besides Kevin Harvick, on a mile and a half racetracks. He's been up front, leading a lot of laps, winning stages, so he's going to finish inside the top five. But there you go. My top five consist of four Ford drivers, and that's crazy. Ford has been pretty good here the last two spring races, so I think the streak continues here, and there you go. But my dark horse, though. Dark horses are not drivers that you think are going to win a race, but they're going to have a top 10 finish. But last couple weeks, though, a dark horse has won the race. But my dark horse for this weekend, or the shocking driver that's going to possibly win a race, is going to be the 14 car of Clinton Boyer. Clinton Boyer has been on a downfall lately, ever since the Talladega race, where he fell behind Eric Almirola in the point standings. He's been starting outside the top 12 in races and having a hard time to get back up front because the track position is so key nowadays with the new aero package. So I think he might be able to get the job done if it comes down to a late race restart. He's not the world's best at it, but you never know that his crew chief, Johnny Klossmeyer, might pull off a crazy strategy and possibly win a race. No one thought Austin Dillon was going to bring home the checker flag at Texas. No one thought Cole Custer was going to bring home the checker flag at Kentucky. Why can't Clint Boyer bring one home at Kansas, his home track? But there you go, though. Winning the race of the 4, second 10, third 22, fourth 18, fifth 12, and dark horse 14. And shout out to Mr. Barry Griggs, Mr. Joseph Dunn, Mr. Mike Pace, and Mr. Todd English. And for all they gave me in the last couple of days and weeks and months. But everybody, remember to please like and subscribe and